Hey everybody, Sinister Lex here. Today we're going to be talking about how to find those high-paying Upwork gigs, a different way that you can do that. It has to do with the way you're searching for Upwork gigs, why you may not be finding the kind of gigs you want. So, before we get into that, I got a couple of announcements or special bulletins for you. First one, remember to rate, comment, subscribe down below, and click that notification bell. Second one, there is a lot of cool shit happening in our chat. The Discord chat that is in the video description down below, people are making really big deals in there. And if you're not in that free chat and you are not in there learning how to freelance, learning how to get better, asking questions, and making daily progress, you're making a big mistake if you're a freelancer and you're not in there, I promise you. Because in the last week, I've seen people closing anywhere from $1,000 deals all the way up to $3,000 and probably even some closer to $5,000. So get in there and check it out. You'll see that progress. You're going to see other people doing the same stuff you're trying to do, only they're ahead of you and they're making the kind of progress you want to be making. So if you want to make cool progress, you should be in our chat and you should be engaged in there. You should be in there asking questions, talking to people, getting answers to tough problems, tough challenges you have. I set this thing up to be a 24/7 coaching line, to where we have a place where people can come and get help anytime. So I'm just saying, it's a mistake. You're totally missing out. Whether you're a freelancer, you're like an entrepreneur, you're just someone running some kind of side business, whatever it is that you're doing, you should be in there. All right, back to this. Let's talk about this whole Upwork thing, how you're searching for jobs. So the way I search for jobs, the way I've searched for jobs a lot of the time on Upwork is I just log into Upwork, and right there you've got your wall. Your wall is going to populate all your most recent jobs. Now, how does the wall calculate and figure out what kind of jobs that you should be recommended? Well, you would think that it would be based on the skills you've tagged, the things that you say you want to do, but not exactly. I've noticed that it updates, so your wall is updating. And if you're only looking at your wall, you're going to be missing out on opportunities because let's say your wall... your wall, I don't know how they decide how the wall pulls stuff to you, but it's not going to pull everything. So let's say your tag was copywriter and your wall is only showing copywriting jobs. Well, it's not pulling jobs that don't say copywriter, so you're missing out on those. So two things about your wall. One, it's going to update and show you stuff based on what you search for. So if you start searching for a bunch of different stuff, like let's say you're a copywriter and you search for web design, and you're looking through web design jobs, you're going to start to see web design stuff or social media or whatever it is that you search for start to populate on your wall. That's going to kind of clutter your wall a little bit with maybe stuff that you don't want. But that said, your wall isn't going to show you everything. So if you want to make the most of finding gigs, where high-paying gigs even, you need to think a little bit outside of the box. How else can I search, or what else can I search for? If you're a copywriter, maybe you don't put the word copywriter in there because not everybody knows what a copywriter is. Maybe you have to search for digital marketer. Maybe you have to search for email writer. Just different variations of this phrasing so that whenever you click that search button, it populates a different section of Upwork. It populates different results. And sometimes you're going to notice these results. Like, people don't know. Not everybody knows what a copywriter is. Not everyone knows what a web designer would be called, or that a logo designer might be called a graphic designer. If you don't know to search for these other phrases or look for variations of what your skill is, you're probably leaving a lot of money on the table. What I've seen, yesterday I typed in some different words just to try some things out. I found jobs that were my skill, paying very high pay, and there was only a couple of people who had interviewed for those. And I assume that probably because the same people who are doing the skills I do didn't search for this other thing like I did. So they didn't find it. It didn't populate on their wall because it didn't have that skill tag. It was written a different way. The client had positioned it differently, and so he wasn't getting very many interviews. So it can be a huge high-paying gig. That was the moral of today's story. If you want to find high-paying gigs, you got to think outside of the box. Don't just stick to your Upwork wall. I know a lot of people are looking at that wall like they're staring at it like this, like all day long, like, oh my God, I cannot miss the job. As soon as that next job comes out, I'm going to click it, I'm going to apply, I'm going to get the gig, and I'm going to be the first one there, because you want to get that gig and you want to be in there first and you want to get their attention and all that stuff. But to me, if you search another place and you find a job that's got a really high pay and it's got only a few proposals or no proposals because nobody knows it's there, wouldn't it be a little bit easier to stand out in that place versus your job wall that's showing you all the copywriter jobs, all the web design jobs, or whatever skill that you have, and you're trying to pick those off one at a time and be the fastest one there? I mean, it's just a different way to think about it. If you're trying to get higher paying gigs, it might be worth just doing some different searches, seeing what gets results for you. That's all I've got for this one. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, drop in the Discord chat. Be sure to send me the stuff that I said to send me for our 1K giveaway, which is coming up as soon as we hit 1,000 subscribers. Bring your friends and all that stuff. I'm Sinister Lex. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate all of you, and I will see you next time.